I should add something to the Semiramis story. That was kind of, the children's story version. As you might imagine, in the original, sometimes she was a servant girl, but usually she was the mistress or concubine of the king. But the really interesting thing about Semiramis is that she was so famous. She was everybody heard of her. There's plays and books and novels, and Voltaire wrote a play called Semiramis. Nobody ever puts it on or has heard of it. She's just been kind of wiped out of history. It's this confusing, there was a person like that. We're not sure what she was really like. The legend has faded out, but in the ancient world, it seems to have formed during the Persian Empire as this imagination of an empire that would have been even greater than the Persian Empire, and was spread at the time, and it just got bigger and bigger in the telling. So and it was a fantasy of absolute female power, which sort of represented what men at the time most feared. According to the story, Semiramis, never took on a permanent consort because she was afraid of giving any man too much power. So she would just pick out handsome soldiers and have them as lovers for a week and then have them killed afterwards. And so everywhere there was a mound where they didn't know what it was, they would say, oh, that's a tomb of one of the lovers of Semiramis. And her own tomb, this is one of my favorite stories, her own tomb, apparently, according to Plutarch's Moralia, had a sign on the outside written in several languages saying, if any king inherits this place and is in a desperate strait, open my tomb and you will find salvation. So everybody assumed there was lots of money buried there. So as soon as Darius, the Persian emperor, took over the city where the tomb, I think it was in Babylon, he immediately said, oh great, well let's get the cash. Opened the tomb, came in, and inside, not only was her body not actually buried there, there was just a little note inside saying, well, you're a greedy bastard, aren't you?